G'day and welcome to episode 32 of ECITV. What have we got in today's episode, Gary?
We've got a bit of coverage on the Shepparton Ride Day from last weekend.
That was a good fun weekend, wasn't it?
It was. We've got a bit of news and product. There's a couple of new products to show you, and also a bit of a preview or a bit of a rundown of the Shepparton State Series coming up. So enjoy the show.
G'day, he's Gary.
And here's Shane.
And you're watching ECITV.
You certainly are. Enjoy.
All right, let's get straight into news. So over the last 2 weeks since our last show, I discovered that Tangent had come out with a new grip called the Contour lock-on grips. So they're made by ODI, and they've got the V2 clamp, so they've only got the clamp on the inside, no clamp on the outside. They're a low-profile grip, and they're 130mm wide, and they're available through Crash Test Dummies, CTD Industries.
So when you say that, they're similar to the Alienation Moto grip style thing where they're a thin grip and only one side?
No, not as thin? Slim as the Alienation grip. So a little bit more girth in your hand. Mm-hmm.
Happiness is?
Yes.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
So it's a nice new grip. So check those out at CTD Industries.
Just how long's ODI been around? I mean, they are just
I think it's
rock solid.
It's at least 30 years. I think it might even be 40 years.
Is it? We'll have to look at that.
Yeah,
we'll look that up because yeah, they just make some phenomenal grips, and not just for BMX, as everyone knows, but so many other disciplines and so many other sports.
Yeah, absolutely. So on top of that, we've updated the BMX gear calculator at bmxultra.com. So we've added faster X tyres in the 20x1 and 1/8 size and 20x1 and 3/8. There's been a few people singing out for those sizes for quite a while, and finally found time to get to those. So enjoy that.
And for all those people singing out for the singing out for the Speed Booster Elites and things like that.
Fault.
I'll get around to finding out the outer diameter very soon. We'll get Shane to add that to his
Maybe
gear
I'll
calculator.
take a tyre home and pump it up. And how many sizes are there?
There's not many, like 4 in the Speed Booster Elite.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go. There's a job for you.
Like I got nothing else to do. Also, radio bikes have a wide range of stems available. So there's some cast aluminium ones, and on BMX Ultra we featured this week a neon Pro stem. So it's a CNC aluminium T61 T6061 aluminium. It's for a 1 1/8 steerer. Clamping area is at 22.2, so the old standard size handlebars. Comes in 48, 54 and 60mm reach, and has a 27.2 rise. It's a nice looking stem. I'm sure Gary's looking vacant because I forgot to show him the images earlier.
No, I'm just looking at him up on the screen at the moment.
Okay.
Works for me. And I noticed that you put up a little bit of tech talk on brake cables yesterday?
I think that was this morning actually. So I've had a lot of time on my hands. There's been not much news. So I figured time to do some introduction to some of the tech stuff that I've been thinking about for a while. This morning's topic was the best brake cables for BMX, and I've found the best brake cables linear.
Yep.
So you probably sell quite a few linear cables, Gary?
Yeah, we do. Great idea, and I did notice that you said the first one that you'd noticed was the Odyssey linear brake cable, and I'm pretty sure that was almost the first one that came out in BMX circles.
Yeah.
Great concept. It's almost a cross between a gear cable and a brake cable. I mean, gear cables for a lot of years have used the linear, the style of outer casing. And yeah, do yourself a favour and jump on BMX Ultra and have a read of Shane's report, because it actually does go into a bit of detail and it does make a lot of sense. So it does improve your braking dramatically by going to a linear casing as opposed to just a normal spiral brake outer. And yeah.
So I kind of picked on this topic because I was building up a bike to fill some time in. And I thought I'll put some cheap brakes on there. I know I can make some cheap brakes work well. So I grabbed some Tektro brake lever, and I actually grabbed a, what are the non-linear cables called? A braided.
Yeah, braided.
A braided cable. Yeah. Knowing that it's cheaper, And I thought, well, I've used linear for so long now. Is it just an obscure memory that the old braided cables had a lot of stretch and flex, and they were just cheap and nasty, basically?
Actually, I don't think it is a braided cable. Braided cable is actually a different thing altogether. Braided cables, the outer casing is braided, but the spiral brake cable.
What's it called? The traditional cable?
I think it's just a spiral outer brake cable. The braided is actually a braided mesh on the outside of the outer casing.
So it does stretch, and it does. It doesn't really have very good braking power. You could pull it on so that your brake pads are touching your rim quite firmly, and then continue to pull it on. So it was as bad as I remember, and while I'm here, I need to grab a linear brake cable.
I think the main reason is because of the spiral configuration of the outer casing.
It's springy.
It is springy.
Yeah.
Even though you've got plastic sheath on the outside, it does still move. And the other disadvantage with it, as opposed to the linear, is that it does bend quite easily, the outer casing, and restrict the inner cable from moving, whereas the linear, being a spiral outer cable, it actually reduces the bend in it, so it is more of a curved bend as opposed to a sharp bend, and it improves it dramatically. So so it was a good read.
It was a good place to start a bit of tech talk. I'm sure I'll get into a few more of those as I find time over the coming months. And you got some news with a new product that you've got in stock, Gary.
Oh, I have? Oh, yes, I have. That was a question, actually. It should have been a statement. I have, not I have. We now, Sean Dwight, as you know, bought out his Sprint block some time ago. So we're now carrying them at ECI here to make them more readily available for everyone. Down here in Victoria, I know there's a couple of people carrying them, but yeah, they're a great little training aid. If you want to jump onto sprintblock.com.au and have a bit of a look, there's a lot of people using them, a lot of Olympians and a lot of high-profile riders using them. I know Sean's selling them overseas quite a bit now. They've increased a lot in popularity, and for a small investment of about $200, I think we're doing for $199 including postage. That they're a great little training aid, and the advantage of it is that it's something you can just do on your own. You don't need any complicated setup, or you're just in your driveway, on the street out front, on your back patio. It's a great little training aid, and I know a lot of our riders do use them and have seen a big benefit out of it.
So I haven't used one myself, but I've read all about them and spoken to Sean about them. And I mean, in the past I've used a paint tin, but when you compare this to a paint tin, it's just chalk and cheese.
It's a lot dearer. A lot dearer than a paint tin.
Yeah, and you're not going to get paint all over yourself either. But the sprint block looks like a great idea if you're very serious about doing sprinting training.
And I didn't realise how adjustable they are too. So it suits any age, because the height of the block is actually adjustable. You've got stack of plates underneath. And so no matter what age you are or what size you are, you can get good use out of a sprint block. So simple as that.
That's it for our general news. So last weekend we managed to get away on a mini road trip, which was kind of fun. So we went away for a day to Shepparton. Shepparton had pretty much a whole weekend booked out for training. So they had the Underground Pro League guys there on the Saturday and the Sunday. They had a race on the Sunday, so we filmed a bit of footage while we were there on the Saturday, which is a bit of riding with a mixed group of riders, mostly ECI sponsored riders and associated riders. And we had an interview with Izaac Kennedy, who's now on StayStrong, so we talk a little bit about StayStrong and what he's got planned for the year. You might even capture that we've put together a little bit of footage of Caroline Buchanan. And then there's finals racing from the Underground Pro League on the Sunday. So it's quite a lot in there. There's about 12 minutes of BMX.
Of BMX pleasure. So do yourself a favour, hang around for another 12 minutes, watch this, and our two beautiful faces will be back shortly.
Yes, so you want to press the boot button again? Thanks for joining us, Izaac. So you're on your new ride, StayStrong. Can you tell us about how excited you are about the new ride?
Yeah, no, really stoked. Had a pretty cool opportunity come up to join the team. And yeah, everything worked out really good, and on the bike now, first day riding it, and it feels really good. Just tweaked a few things, but now, yeah, I've been riding it for about 2 hours and getting pretty comfortable, so yeah, loving it so far.
What do you think will be your first race on it?
I think my first race will be back down here in 2 weeks. Just gonna race that state race, and then planning on going to America straight after that. So I'll be racing in Alabama and then Rock Hill. So a couple plans to race overseas this year. So hopefully everything works out with that.
So do you know anything about any World Cup series this year, or are you just going to plan on doing USA BMX until something crops up?
Yeah, a couple whispers on the World Cups. Might be happening in Europe in May, but yeah, I'm kind of just planning on going to America next month, and then just racing those races in America, and then hopefully the World Cups happen, and then I'll go from there. But if not, then I'm still getting some racing in America, and yeah, not stuck in Australia. So either way, it should work out pretty good.
So do you plan on completing the whole USA BMX series, or just getting some racing in for now?
Yeah, probably just a few races for now. Just with visa stuff, I won't be able to stay there throughout the whole year, so I'd love to, but yeah, just with visa stuff, I can't really stay through the whole year. So just a few races here and there, and then see what happens with the World Cups, but just trying to race as much as I can this year.
So what have you been able to do through the whole COVID sort of, it's not lockdown for you, is it? But it has been for us. What have you been able to do over the last 12 months as far as riding goes? It's been quiet for us.
Racing-wise, obviously hasn't been good. We haven't had many races. But training-wise, it's been a great year. Like, we've had plenty of time to work on stuff that usually we're racing, so we don't have to have time to work on that. But it's honestly been a really good year, and sounds bad, but I'm kind of glad it all happened because everything's worked out pretty good, and I've had a year to kind of progress and stuff. But yeah, it'll be good now if we can get races going, and I can show what I've been working on throughout the past 12 months.
Are you allowed to reveal what you've been working on? Is it much different to what you were working on in the past?
Yeah, just a lot of the same, but a lot of hard work. It's been going on in the last 12 months, so yeah, a lot of days in the gym, at the track, doing sprints, a lot of hours. So yeah, I'm just eager to kind of just show it all off this year, and on a new team as well. So yeah, kind of just everything's looking good, and pretty excited for the year ahead.
Have you been missing lining up against your mates and competitors over this last 12 months? Yeah,
definitely. Like, that's kind of what we do it for, to line up and battle with everyone. So it sucks not being able to do that, but yeah, kind of get a little bit of the same in training, but because we have some pretty good training partners, but you know, you just don't get that same feeling as lining up with 7 other guys on the world stage. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to that again.
So can you tell us a little bit about this Shepparton race coming up in a couple of weeks? I believe you've already had a round or a couple of rounds of a series up in Queensland. How does that all work?
Yeah, so obviously with not many races going on, we've kind of, there's a few races going on that we've put together that's just going to help with kind of just us getting some race experience, and then there's a little bit of qualification going on just for world selection, and maybe a little bit of Olympic stuff as well that they're looking at throughout these races. So they're pretty important in a way, but it's good just to be able to line up with kind of everyone, because yeah, we've had 2 at Sleeman, which went pretty well for me, and then this next one in 2 weeks, so looking forward to it.
What are they followed up by? Are there other races around the country?
Yeah, I believe there's going to be a few domestic national rounds. Hopefully I'm not going to be there, because then I'll be in America. But yeah, I believe there's a few coming up in Australia, a few national rounds, so it's good. Racing's kicking off again for the whole national scene, which will be good to see.
What does it mean to you that there's been no World Cup announced this year? If it's based on last year's qualifications, what does that mean for you as far as Olympic ranking?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of just, I think I'm looking good for it, but I'm just kind of, yeah, just working as hard as I can in training, and whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to do my best. If races come up, then I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to do good this year, so hoping we get some races, but if not, just, yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with all that, but I'm just kind of doing all I can to qualify myself and then get ready for it if they all happen.
Are there any races in the US when you go over that are off the 8-metre hill, or are they all just the standard size tracks?
Yep, so I'll be racing Alabama, I think, and then planning on racing Rock Hill as well, so that'll be a good one to hit off the Supercross hill. So planning on spending a month there beforehand, getting ready for it, and that'll be a good race to look forward to because, yeah, it's on the Supercross track.
So you're actually here in Shepparton for a bit of training on the Shepparton track, but also to ride that Underground Pro League race tomorrow.
Yeah.
How important is that kind of a race for you right now with everything coming up and everything behind you?
Yeah, like it's, yeah, good experience racing, obviously. Like, you try to replicate as much as you can in training, but you can only do so much. So to kind of get like a bit of a race simulation going, you kind of get like the same vibes and the same nerves and all that. So yeah, it'll be good. I'm pretty looking forward to it, and it's just, yeah, it's good to, we've been doing a lot of training, so just kind of switching it up a little bit and getting everyone racing, it's pretty cool. So
is there anyone you'd like to thank to get you to this point?
Yeah, obviously a massive thanks to StayStrong. Really good opportunity to ride for the team and all the co-sponsors that are involved in that. Yeah, really stoked to be riding for, and obviously, yeah, my coach, Sean Dwight, massive help. Wouldn't be here without him, and then just anyone that's got to me this point today, it's, yeah, thanks to all those guys, and yeah, we'll keep going up from here.
Thanks for joining us, and good luck for this year.
Thanks.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that bit of footage that we shot at Shepparton last weekend. It was a great day. It was very, very perfect conditions. It was quite warm without being too hot. It was a little bit of a breeze without being too windy. So Shepparton is a place of extremes, and we were quite fortunate to get it on a day that it was perfect. So it was a great day, good riding, a lot of people there, a lot of fun. We do want to send a bit of a get well soon to Josh Jolly. He did have a massive crash, which we didn't catch with the cameras, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to have a look at it. He did end up landing right beside me, and straight away, looking at his lightning bolt forearm, realised that it was quite a bad break. So he has broken his left forearm, and I believe done similar to his right wrist. So he's in two lots of plaster from fingertips to elbows on both hands. So get well soon, Josh. We look forward to getting you back on the track. And yeah, it's when you break both arms you really find out who your friends are. So I was thinking, actually, after things calmed down a little bit with Josh's crash, that I cannot remember Josh having a crash before and injuring himself.
I'm sure I've seen him with casts before.
Okay.
I can't remember how long ago.
Well, anyway, maybe let us know, Josh or Wayne, because yeah, he's one of those riders who rides flat out all the time and at 110%. So for him to have very few injuries is pretty impressive. But anyway, get well soon, Josh.
It was impressive enough just to see him riding the pro straight, and in amongst our footage, you can see him riding it quite cleanly. It's just one small mistake cost him quite dearly, but he is riding really well, so it's good to see him stepping it up and taking on the pro sections of some of the more technical tracks in Victoria. So before we move on any further, we're going to thank our cameraman. So Gary,
there isn't anyone there.
from Shepparton.
Oh.
Glenn Main, Zach Main, who else helped us out? Andrew Jackson and Brandon Bullows all helped us out with video footage, so there's quite a few guys on cameras running around that day. So that was Shepparton. Now we're going to talk about Shepparton coming up in 2 weeks' time. So if you enjoyed that footage, make sure you take a close look, and you'll be able to see the track hasn't changed much in the last 12 months. It feels like 12 years. And the condition's pretty good. There's a few cracks here and there, but they should be fixed over the next couple of weeks.
One of them thanks to Josh. There's a nice big hole in there.
It was a handprint, wasn't it? So Shepparton is coming up. It's the start of Victorian, what's it called?
State Series.
Oz Cycling State Series.
Yep.
So it's round 1 and 2, so separate days of racing on Saturday and Sunday, the 20th and 21st of February. So because of COVID, they were restricted to 400 riders, which isn't a lot. We've got a lot of interstate guys coming, and I've seen names like Anthony Dean and Izaac Kennedy and Caroline Buchanan and Saya Sakakibara, and then we've got our local heroes, Bodie Turner, Wade Turner, Max Cairns. There's quite a few names. I have a feeling we're looking at about 4 or 5 gates of pro men, so it's quite a large race given what's been going on the last 12 months. So it was a real culture change because of this restriction on numbers. Everyone was entering early rather than leaving it to the last minute, and some people were caught with their pants down, really, weren't they? Within 2 days, I think it was,
yep,
the rider cap was met and entries were closed. So we're still 2 weeks out from the event, and everything's all set in concrete already. We're already booked, which is unusual to be booked 2 weeks out.
They've even got the accommodation booked. We've got everything sorted.
Almost.
I haven't got a leave post yet.
So we're looking forward to going there. We'll be doing our main report with Glenn, hopefully, if we can sort that out, and covering a bit of the racing.
Yep.
It'll be good to actually get some racing in. For me, that'll be my first race in 12 months. And I'm sure I'm going to feel it. to try and follow it up a second day is going to make it hurt even more. Well, it looks like that's it for our show. Gary, do you have anything else to add?
No, I've got nothing else to add. I think it's just exciting that we're actually getting in the middle of all this racing and training and everything, and it's been a long time. So look forward to our next coverage. We'll actually be filming the next episode of ECITV from Shepparton, I would say, because it's in 2 weeks. So we were discussing that, and I think we'll won't be coming live from Shepparton. But
we might have a live audience. We might ask people if they want to come along and watch and heckle.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That'll be a novelty. And so the next show will be from Shepparton track itself somewhere, or the motel room, or out of the red van, or somewhere. But yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. Look forward to getting on the road again. Rolled again.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
No worries. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you trackside.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, I'll have to. Do you want me to record now?
I wonder if it's still recorded through that call. Oh, what?
Why has it stopped? Why has it come up configure?
How long?
I wonder if that's what it was.
The call stopped it.
I wonder. Is that recording? It says Rick. Yep, there's a little countdown happening.
How long does it say it's got?
It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 seconds.
Countdown.
Well, count up. It's a count up. It's a count up.
Yeah, mine's pointing to the wall.
So far, yeah.
Go right up on your collar.
Hmm.
Because there's a significant difference in audio.
Then you're gonna. All you're gonna do is record one of my chins.
Go slap, slap, slap.
Testing, blah, blah, blah. Testing, blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, blah, blah. Testing, 1, 2. We're both about the same. No.
Now we are.
Boop. So I'm down the bottom, you're up the top, and I'm louder than you.
Well, I'm not talking.
Boop. Yeah, I'll go into the red, look. So, I reckon mine's a bit too close. Because I know last time I was louder than you, and I'm such a dainty little person normally. How's that sound? That's probably...
Say boop again. You're still in the red.
Story of my life. That's how I run a business.
So you got to
blah, 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 blah. That's better.
Much better?
I don't know. Seems better. Boop.
I bet it feels good too, because it's clamping in left hand.
It feels lopsided. I want the other nipple clamped down.
Here you go.
Okay. So we're going to try. Are you going to try it, or I'll take my eyes off?
You don't need your eyes.
You're going.
Can you read this?
Who's that?
Can you read this?
Yeah. No, my eyes aren't
Someone
that
watching
bad.
you.
My eyes aren't that bad. It's going to get a good profile, is it?
That's why you got to wear a loose hoodie.
That's what it is.
I can't hide mine no matter how much I try.
So are you going to try to bring it, introduce it this time?
I will try.
You will try? You are very trying. Always have been very trying.
G'day and welcome to episode 32 of ECITV.